Hi everyone, good morning all of you. In last lecture we see the formation of the soil. So in this lecture we discuss regarding the physical properties of the soil. Physical properties involves the different properties of the soils which are related to the fertility, productivity of that soil. So there are different physical properties of the soil such as soil texture, soil structure, soil porosity and soil density. These are the physical properties studied for the study of soil. First of all, we go for soil density. We know that density is nothing but it is the mass per unit volume. If we calculated mass per unit volume of any material, the density is acquired. Then we see what is meant by soil density. Soil density is expressed into well accepted concept. So there are two types of soil density. First of all, first one is bulk density and another one particle density. So these are the two type of density. Let's see what is meant by exactly particle density and what is meant by bulk density. Particle density is the weight per unit volume of the solid portion of the soil is called as particle density. We know that the soil is made up of water and air also. So the soil particle or the soil aggregates consist of soil particle as well as the spaces between them, and which spaces are filled with air and water. जे सॉइल ॲग्रिगेट्स असतात त्याच्यामध्ये सॉइल पार्टिकल्स असतात आणि त्याचबरोबर दोन पार्टिकलच्या मध्ये काय असते, एक स्पेस असते, जी स्पेस एअर असेल किंवा वॉटरने काय केली जाते, फिल केली जाते. म्हणजे जेव्हा आपण सॉइलचं वजन घेतो तेव्हा त्या वजनामध्ये दोन प्रकारचे घटक असतात. एक म्हणजे सॉइल पार्टिकल्स, म्हणजे जे सॉलिड आहेत सॉइल पार्टिकल्स त्याचं वजन असतं, आणि त्याचबरोबर दोन पार्टिकलच्या मध्ये जी स्पेस असते ज्याच्यामध्ये एअर आहे, ज्याच्यामध्ये वॉटर आहे, त्यांचं पण त्याचं वेट असतं. मग हे जे वेट आहे ते टोटल वेट झालं त्या सॉइलचं. मग पार्टिकल डेन्सिटीमध्ये काय करतो आपण, पार्टिकल डेन्सिटीमध्ये आपण फक्त सॉलिड पार्टिकल आहे त्याचंच वेट कन्सिडर करतो. म्हणून ह्या डेन्सिटी, अशी जी डेन्सिटी आपण कॅल्क्युलेट करतो त्याला आपण पार्टिकल डेन्सिटी म्हणतो. कारण डेन्सिटी म्हणजे काय की मास पर युनिट व्हॉल्यूम, म्हणजे जिथं टोटल वेट कॅल्क्युलेट केलं जातं. मग सॉइलचं टोटल वेट कॅल्क्युलेट करण्यापेक्षा इथे आपण दोन प्रकारे सॉइलची डेन्सिटी करतो. एक म्हणजे पार्टिकल डेन्सिटी आणि दुसरी असते ते बल्क डेन्सिटी. पार्टिकल डेन्सिटीमध्ये आपण काय कन्सिडर करतो, फक्त सॉइलचे जे सॉलिड पार्टिकल्स आहेत तेवढेच आपण कन्सिडर करतो आणि त्याचंच वेट घेतो, पर युनिट व्हॉल्यूम करतो, आणि त्याच्यातून जे आपलं ऑब्झर्वेशन जो रिझल्ट निघतो ते त्या सॉइलची काय असते, पार्टिकल डेन्सिटी. सो पार्टिकल डेन्सिटी इट मीन्स इट इज द वेट per unit volume of the solid particles of the soil only. Generally, the particle density of normal soil is 2.65 grams per cubic centimeter. It is an average for all type of the soil. 2.65 grams per cubic centimeter. The particle density is higher if large amount of heavy minerals such as magnetite, limonite and hematite are present in the soil. Because these elements, these minerals are heavy in nature, and if the soil consists of such heavy minerals in their structure, then particle density of that soil is higher. So the black cotton soil consists of more magnetite, more hematite, and due to this reason the black soil have more particle density. With increase in organic matter of the soil, the particle density decreases. Particle density is also termed as true density. If the organic matter is more in that soil, then the particle density is lower or is minimum. So the particle density is basically depend upon which type of minerals are present in the soil and how much organic matter is present in the soil. If the minerals are more, then particle density is more, and if the organic matter is more, then particle density is lower. So this particle density is called as true density because here we only consider the solid soil particles. In this calculation, we do not consider the spaces present between the particles. So this density is called as true density, because here we only weight the solid particles of the soil. So this is the particle density. And most important is that the average particle density for all soil is 2.65 gram per cubic centimeter. जे पार्टिकल डेन्सिटी आहे ते सगळ्या सॉईलसाठी एक ॲव्हरेज ठरलेलं आहे, जे 2.65 ग्रॅम पर क्युबिक सेंटीमीटर हे एवढी पार्टिकल डेन्सिटी असते. दुसरा महत्त्वाचा पॉईंट की पार्टिकल डेन्सिटीला आपण ट्रू डेन्सिटी म्हणतो, कारण याच्यामध्ये आपण फक्त सॉलिड पार्टिकलच कन्सिडर करतो. आणि तिसरी गोष्ट, जर मिनरल मॅटर जास्त असतील तर पार्टिकल डेन्सिटी जास्त असते, जर ऑर्गॅनिक मॅटर जास्त असेल तर पार्टिकल डेन्सिटी कशी असते, कमी असते. सो दिस आर द इम्पॉर्टंट पॉईंट्स रिगार्डिंग द पार्टिकल density. In this chart you see that there is the type of texture and there is a particle density which is lie between the 2.65. Then we go for the bulk density. We already discussed regarding the bulk density, because in bulk density, while we calculating the bulk density, we consider total weight of the solid, which concern solid particles as well as the spaces, the weight of space present between the particles. So here we calculate total weight. In this calculation we consider the solid particle as well as we consider the spaces which are present between these particles and which are filled with air or water. So the Owen dry weight of per unit, it is the mass per unit volume which include the pore spaces, is called as bulk density. So bulk density is the total weight of soil which consists of the solid particle as well as the space present between the particles, and due to this this density is called as bulk density. Bulk, it means it is a mixture of weight of solid particles plus weight of spaces present between these particles. So due to this this density is called as bulk density, and the bulk density is a rise, or it is a between the 1.6 to generally 2 gram per cubic centimeter, because this bulk density is depend upon the texture of the soil. If the soil is a sandy, then bulk density is different. If the soil is silty, then bulk density is different, and if the soil is clay, then bulk density is different. So this bulk density is depend upon the texture of the soil. Here in this chart there is a textural class and bulk density is given. If the soil is sandy, then bulk density is 1.6 gram per cubic centimeter. If the soil is loam, then bulk density lies between 1.4 gram per cubic centimeter. If the soil is clay, then bulk density is lower, it lies between the 1.1 gram per cubic centimeter. So this chart indicates that if the bulk density is depend upon the texture of the soil. And also there is another column, that is pore space. If the pore percentage is higher, then bulk density is lower. So there is, if in sandy soil there is pore space is for near about 40%, then loam soil there is 47%, in silt loam there is 50%, and in clay there is a 58%. Then another physical property is soil porosity. Soil porosity is also depend upon the structure as well as the texture of the soil. We know that soil has a spaces which are present between the solid particles which are occupied by the water as well as air, and the amount of water and air which are present between these pore spaces are varies depend upon their proportion or depend upon their amount. The amount of pore space depend upon the arrangement of the solid particles, organic matter, content, minerals, texture, depth of the soil, cultivation, cropping pattern of the soil. So these are the different factors which are related to the porosity or which are responsible for the porosity. So porosity means the spaces present between the solid particles, and these spaces are particularly occupied by the air and water, and it is varies from different soil structure, different soil texture, and it is flexible because it is changed due to cropping patterns, it is changed due to cultivation practices, it is changes due to tillage practicals, it is changes when the texture is different, it changes when the depth of the soil is also different. पोरोसिटी काय असते की दोन पार्टिकलच्या मधली जी स्पेस असते त्या स्पेसला आपण काय म्हणतो, पोरोसिटी म्हणतो. जी स्पेस एअर असेल, वॉटर असेल याने काय करते, ऑक्युपाय केली जाते. ही जी पोरोसिटी आहे ही डिफरंट टेक्स्चरमध्ये वेगवेगळी असते. जर स्ट्रक्चर चेंज असेल तरी त्यामध्ये वेगवेगळी असते. तसेच ही जी पोरोसिटी आहे ती फ्लेक्झिबल आहे, कारण ही पोरोसिटी कशावर डिपेंड आहे, क्रॉपिंग पॅटर्न, आपण कोणतं क्रॉप घेतो आहे, त्याची रूट सिस्टीम काय आहे, टॅप रूट सिस्टीम आहे की ॲडव्हेन्शियस रूट सिस्टीम आहे, म्हणजे याच्या रूट सिस्टीमवर पण ही पोरोसिटी डिपेंड असते. त्याचबरोबर टिलेज प्रॅक्टिसेस, आपण ज्या टिलेज प्रॅक्टिसेस करतो, जी टिल्थ असते त्या टिल्थवर पण हे पोरोसिटी काय असते, डिपेंड असते. त्यानंतर सॉईलचं स्ट्रक्चर कसं आहे, सॉईलचं ॲग्रिगेट कसं आहे, सॉईलचे टेक्स्चर म्हणजे सँड आहे का, सिल्ट आहे, क्ले आहे, यावर पण सॉईल पोरोसिटी कशी असते, डिपेंड असते. जर इथं एक्झाम्पल दिलं आहे की क्लेमध्ये जी पोरोसिटी असते ती 50% असते, तर सँडमध्ये असते ती 30% असते. अँड दिस स्लाइड ऑल्सो शो दॅट देर इज अ डिफरंट structure of the soil. That is structure, it means there is a position or there is a aggregation of different solid soil particles. First this is a good condition and lots of pores between the soil particles. So in first structure there is pore spaces is more and it is in good condition. In middle structures show few pores clearly visible, and in last lecture there is a few cracks or holes, no pores are visible, and due to this is the poor condition, and the rank or the score is also given to that structure. The first structure give the second score because it consists of good condition as well as lots of pores are present in this structure. In middle structure the pores are less or the porosity is less. So and there is a moderate condition, and the last structure is in poor condition because there is no porosity. So basically the clay soil has highest porosity, and then silt and the lower porosity are present in sand. So these are the arrangement of the soil particles such as clodding, fine aggregates and no coarse clods. These are the different structures which contributed the role in proportion of porosity. Then here is a graph which indicate the bulk density and soil porosity. If the spaces are more, then bulk density is lower. If the spaces are more, then soil porosity is higher. So this is the graph, or this is the diagrammatic representation which show the proportion or which show the relation between bulk density and pore density. If the porosity is higher, then bulk density is lower. If the bulk density is higher, then soil porosity is lower. So it is inversely proportional to each other. If the soil have high bulk density, then that soil have minimum soil porosity, and if the soil porosity is higher, then bulk density is lower. जे सॉइल पोरोसिटी आहे आणि बल्क डेन्सिटी आहे ही एकमेकाला कशी असते, इन्व्हर्सली प्रोपोर्शन असते. याचा अर्थ असा की जर बल्क डेन्सिटी जास्त असेल तर त्या सॉइलमध्ये पोरोसिटी ही कमी असते, आणि जर एखाद्या सॉइलची पोरोसिटी जास्त असेल तर त्या सॉइलची जी बल्क डेन्सिटी आहे ती कशी असते, कमी असते. In this slide or this image indicate that there is a different arrangement of the particles are different, which are based on the texture of the soil. If the sand texture is there, the particles are arranged in this manner. If the clay is there, the particles are arranged in this manner. So there is a pore spaces also different. In some type of texture the pore spaces are more, and in some texture the pore spaces are low. So pore spaces depend upon the granular size, it is depend upon the attraction between these particles, it is depend upon the texture of soil, as well as it is depend upon the structure of soil. Then it is a soil consistency. It is also another physical property. Let's see what is meant by consistency. The soil consistency provide a means of describing the degree and kind of cohesion and adhesion between the soil particle. We know that it is the different types of forces are there. Cohesion, it means the force of attraction between the similar kind of molecules, and adhesion, it is the force of attraction between the different type of molecules. So this attraction, this force of attractions in the solid particles which are resist of the soil to deform or rupture is called as soil consistency. Since the consistency varies with moisture content, the consistency can be described as dry consistency, moist consistency, and wet consistency. And this consistency that is evaluated includes the rupture resistance and stickiness. So basically, soil consistency, it means whether the soil is ruptured or whether the soil is sticky. This degree is called as, this relative degree is called as soil consistency. आपण म्हणतो, आपल्याला माहिती आहे की काही मातींचा प्रकार असे असतात जिथं भेगा पडतात, याचा अर्थ तिथं ती माती काय होते, रप्चर होते. आणि अशाही सॉईलचा प्रकार आहे जिथं स्टिकीनेस असते, जिथं ती सॉईल असते ती रप्चर होत नाही. त्या सॉईलमध्ये स्टिकीनेस, जो चिकटपणा असतो, तो चिकटपणा कसा असतो, जास्त असतो. सो सॉईल कन्सिस्टन्सी इज बेसिकली इट इज अ रिलेटिव्ह डिग्री विच शो द सॉईल हॅव द रप्चर स्ट्रक्चर और सॉईल हॅव more stickiness, and this consistency is depend upon the moisture percentage present in the soil, and due to the on the basis of that moisture percentage, this consistency is classified as moist consistency, dry consistency, and wet consistency. If the moisture is minimum or moisture is negligible, that consistency is called as dry consistency. If the medium amount of water or medium amount of moisture is present in the soil, that consistency is called as moist consistency. And if the water or if the moisture is present in higher proportion, that consistency is called as wet consistency. And the rupture resistance is the field measure of the ability of the soil to withstand and apply stress and pressure and applied using the thumb of forefinger. So this stickiness and this rupture is most important because it is directly proportional to the stress. There is water stress. If the soil has stickiness property or if the soil resists to rupture, then this soil can be withstand with water stress. कन्सिस्टन्सी म्हणजे काय की सॉईलमधला जो चिकटपणा असतो किंवा सॉईलमधला जो रप्चर असतो किंवा ज्या भेगा पडणे, ही जी प्रॉपर्टी आहे त्याला आपण सॉईल कन्सिस्टन्सी म्हणतो. आणि ही सॉईल कन्सिस्टन्सी त्या सॉईलमध्ये किती मॉइश्चर आहे यावर पण डिपेंड असते. जर मॉइश्चर जास्त असेल तर त्याला आपण वेट कन्सिस्टन्सी असतो म्हणतो, मॉइश्चर थोडं कमी असेल तर त्याला आपण मॉइस्ट कन्सिस्टन्सी म्हणतो, आणि कमी मॉइश्चर नसेलच तर त्याला आपण ड्राय कन्सिस्टन्सी असे म्हणतो. आणि ही जी कन्सिस्टन्सी आहे, ही कन्सिस्टन्सी जर सॉईलमध्ये जर रप्चरनेस कमी असेल, भेगा पडण्याची जी प्रॉपर्टी आहे ती कमी असेल, सॉईल चिकट असेल, तर ती सॉईल जरी दुष्काळ असेल, जरी वॉटर स्ट्रेस असेल, तरी त्यामध्ये प्लांट विथस्टँड करू शकतं किंवा ती सॉईल काय करते, त्या वॉटर स्ट्रेसला रेजिस्ट करू शकते. सो त्या प्रॉपर्टीसाठी सॉईल कन्सिस्टन्सी हा इम्पॉर्टंट पॉईंट आहे. सो दिस इज सॉईल कन्सिस्टन्सी. देर इज अ डिफरंट पॅरामीटर ऑफ ॲनालिसिस ऑफ कन्सिस्टन्सी और टू चेक द कन्सिस्टन्सी ऑफ द सॉईल. फर्स्ट इज इफ द सॉईल इज लूज, if the soil is friable, if the soil is firm, and if it is extremely firm. There is some physical parameters which analysis the what type of the soil is there and what is the exact consistency of that soil. Then this is the physical test for checking the stickiness of that soil. If the soil made some shapes when pressed between the fingers, this is very sticky, then slightly sticky. And if the soil not response when it is a press against the fingers, then this soil is non-sticky. So this is the physical parameter checking the stickiness of the soil. Then soil color, this is also important physical property of the soil, that is soil color. We know that the soil is the bed parent, the parent of the soil is rocks, and the properties of the soils depend upon it is made from which type of the soil. So the colors, some the properties are inherited from that rocks, and the color of rocks contributed the important role in the color of the soil. If the rock is red in color, then soil which is made from that rock is also red. If the soil consists of magnetite, hematite, then the color is a blackish, and the soil made from that rocks, it is also black in color. So the color depend upon the composition of the soil, and color depend upon the rocks or their bed parents. There is a variety of ranges between the colors of soil, such as gray, black, white, red, brown, yellow. So these are the different colors, and this slide also indicate the different colors present in the soil. This is the soil color. So in this lecture we discuss regarding the physical properties of the soil, such as density, then porosity, then soil color, and the important physical properties such as soil structure and soil texture is remaining. In next lecture we discuss regarding the soil structure as well as soil texture. Now I am stop here. Thank you.